Good morning, everybody. Hello and welcome to a Wednesday edition of our Craft Along Live here at Hobby Base. This is the wonderful Jo.
Hello.
And I'm Natalie, of course, and every week we come live to you on our Facebook page to show you some inspiring projects using some of our favourite and newest products here at Hobby Base. So I'm just going to take a look on the screen here, and we all look fine and good to go on Facebook. If you are watching us today, guys, give us a hello. Write your name in the comments. Tell us where you're watching from, and if you're crafting along with us live, we always love to know, and we want to hear your questions. And if you've got anything you want Jo to explain to you, then do let us know. So the whole idea of these Facebook Lives is to, as I said, inspire you guys with some project ideas using some of the best products that we have here at Hobby Base. Jo, what are we doing today?
Okay, we've got, I'm doing a festive card today. It's really sweet. And I'm using the Hunky Dory Moonstone cutting dies. I mean, there's so many in this pack. Yeah. You can make so many variations on a theme. It's great.
This one's called Do You Want
to Build a Snowman? We've been singing that all morning, haven't we?
We've been singing, that's now going to be in our heads. Cool. So, and we've got some papers as well that we'll be showing you and talking you through. This is a craft along. It's not a demo, so we'll be explaining how you can make this project. If you want to watch this on the replay afterwards, then you're more than welcome to do so. We'd very much encourage that. If you know anyone who loves to craft, then share this video with them, tag your friends in, and we would love them to join us on our page. What else? I will share the links to the products that we're using in the comments. As I said, any questions at all, do let us know as we go. Jo is more than happy to answer them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Jo, it's over to you.
Okie dokie. Right, so today we're doing some layering. I've used sort of similar colours, but whatever colour, you know, you could use blues or whatever colours, like lilacs are quite nice for a Christmas card. Right, so what we're going to do first, I've already got my pre-cut, ready-made 5x7 card, come in a pack, or you can make your own, it's entirely up to you. Now I'm using some of this colour card. It's one of my favourite colours, really.
Nice. That's a really cute
It
colour.
is, isn't it? So what we're going to do first is we're going to do the first layer. Now I don't tend to measure, I tend to go by eye.
Cool.
So we just need to leave a small border around the card. So just literally, if we can.
And whilst you do that, I'm going to say shout out to Troy, who's watching. She says, good morning, ladies. Looking forward to the show.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
And Mandy. Hi, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy.
Thanks for joining us again. Do let us know if you're watching, guys, and where you're watching from. We'd love to say hello to you this morning.
Right. So I have just, there we go. So what I'm going to do is use my trusty knife and ruler and cut that out. Don't worry about being perfect or, you know, whatever. It's a handmade card, and it's thought and the actual sort of making of it, you know. So just cut this out.
So for anybody who is just tuning in, this is the die predominantly we're using. We are loving the Hunky Dory Moonstone dies at the moment. So Jo is using the Do You Want to Build a Snowman?
I'm going to be singing that all day.
I know. We'll have to go home and watch the film.
Okay, so just measure up again, so make sure that you're happy, and you've just left a little border around the side. And then we're going to add the paper. So I've chosen a couple of papers out of my stash.
But we've got this lovely frosty ornaments one.
Absolutely.
Which is great.
It's gorgeous.
Ultimately, it's just got to be in that you've picked something that's quite
sort of colour coordinated.
Yeah,
that,
colour coordinated.
You know, really, what you know, it's
nice blue hues, tones running through.
Yes.
And you can get all that in the frosty ornaments set.
Yes, it's lovely.
Yeah, really nice. So
again,
I will pop all those links into the comments box for you guys.
Again, just sort of keep a little border. A little bit more there. There we are. And cutting once again. And all these little bits that you're cutting off, they're great to keep because you can use them for on other cards, or you can use them for sort of die cutting little pieces. Well worth keeping. Okay.
Why it keeps flicking back? Sorry, everybody.
Right, so that's the first layer done. So we can stick that together. Oh, that one's
Run out.
run out. Oh, I think that one has two.
What do we
Am
need?
I
Do you
using it?
have one?
That's okay, I've got one here.
Lovely.
Here's one I prepared earlier. There we are. I do like these glue runners. They're so fast, efficient,
Yeah, they're really easy.
clean. Yeah, they're just so easy to use.
They are, and we're actually doing a pre-record video for you guys after this Facebook Live. So if you've been watching for quite a few weeks now, you'll know that after we go live, me and Sophie or Joe or Rachel will do some pre-recorded videos looking in further detail at some of our newest products, but also sharing some techniques. And so we're going to be doing a pre-record today
Yes.
about loads of different adhesives.
Yes.
Because we do a pack of beginner's pack, if you like.
It's wonderful. It's got so much content for so many projects. It's a really good value.
Yeah, so we're going to do a little kind of introductory video about those adhesives, what you can use them for, what they're best used for. So keep an eye out for that.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here, the second layer, as you can see, I've offset it. Bring that back into shot. It just adds another sort of little bit of detail. So what I'm doing here is just having a go, seeing where I like it to be. Entirely up to you, whether you keep it, whether you have one that's like this. I'll just measure up against this one, or whether you keep it straight. Entirely up to you.
Nice.
Depends, on
What look you're going
what
for?
look you're going for, and your own style. There we are.
Definitely. I really love the colour of that card.
It is beautiful, isn't it? It's one of my favourites, I
Yeah,
have to
really
say.
nice.
I have to say. Okay. So there we go. So we're going to cut this now. You don't have to use a knife. You can use scissors or guillotine.
Cool. You just prefer your preference?
Yes. Yes, definitely. And then before you actually do anything, you just want to sort of measure and just see where it sits. I mean, this one is a little bit big, so I'm going to cut it down a little bit more.
Cool.
I think what I'm going to use is just to make sure that it's not wonky. These cutting mats are wonderful. They're self-healing.
Yeah,
they
are.
last forever. And
Self-healing?
Self-healing, they're called, yes, because you can cut into them, but it sort of kind of closes up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why they're called self-healing.
Awesome.
They're great.
That's really cool.
So you can see, I've cut on here, but
Yeah,
if you actually
actually-
feel it,
Yeah.
you might feel a little bit, but actually it doesn't score.
How smart.
Yes,
That's my
self-healing.
lesson learned for today.
So there
Thank
we
you to everybody
are.
who's joined us. By the way, we've got a few more viewers this morning. Thank you so much for tuning in to Hobby Base's Facebook page.
Hello.
We are crafting along live this morning with the wonderful Joe, and we are using the Hunky Dory Moonstone dies. This is the snowman set, but there's a load of other sets in the range. So do head over to hobbybase.co.uk if you want to check those out and look under the dies section and under Hunky Dory.
I love these specific ones. Do you want to build a snowman? I mean, like I say, there's so many little elements. Even the hats. There's like 3 types of hats.
Yeah, there's actually 19 dies in this set. So it's really great value for money because like Joe said, you can take some of the elements and use them, some of the dies and use them for whole different projects. Even though this creates a snowman in itself, you've got so many different,
Yeah, I mean,
potential.
the different hats and
Yeah.
scarves and things, and
Put that-
the
just show that
lights.
down.
It's just incredible
Yeah, so you've got
how
all
many
these
dies.
different dies, hats, presents, glasses, scarf.
So you can have a
bunting,
really,
lights.
really cool snowman with sunglasses.
Cool, I love that. Nice
Right.
and modern.
Okay, so this is the second piece going on. There we are. like I say, it doesn't have to be this particular colour or these papers, you know. Hobby Base have got some fantastic papers.
Yes, we are paper crazy.
Okay, so
Well, I'm paper crazy.
yes, I have to say I am too. I am too. I've got far too much at home probably, but there you are. Right, okay, so we can stick that down, you know, just choose which angle you'd like to put it on, and then we can stick that one down.
Cool.
And that's the layering part.
Lovely.
Done. And then we have some die cutting to do.
Awesome. So if anybody out there's a paper obsessed like we are, let us know what your favourite paper pad stacks are, because yeah, we've got so many in Hobby Base at the moment that it's hard to pick which ones I love, but
oh,
I know there's
so
many,
many.
isn't there? Just the papers. So
Too
yeah,
many papers, not enough time.
I know, yes. Too many papers, not enough time. So true. So if you love papers too, let us know what ones you're loving at the moment.
Okay, so as you can see, you've even got 2 different faces to use. It's, but I have to say, I do like these.
The little traditional one.
Yes, yes. Right, so we're just going to cut this out of white card.
Okie dokie.
There we are.
Mandy says you can never have too many papers.
I agree with you, Mandy, completely. Right, and we're just going to run this through.
With the lovely Gemini.
Yes, it's wonderful. I think I may have this on my Christmas list this year.
Yes, so sorry, I was going to say, if anybody hasn't seen our unboxing video on our YouTube channel, we've looked at the new Gemini Go, which is a smaller, portable Gemini machine. It's very cute.
It's great for going on holiday with.
Yeah.
You know, in years gone by, I've gone on holiday and I've had all the big machines and I've loads of bags. Something like that, just, you know, you can literally just pop it in the back of the car or whatever. Really handy.
Yeah, definitely.
So while that's going through, I thought I would just add this to the card. There we are.
Sticking it down.
Yeah, just trying to get it so there's a little border all the way around. There we are.
Thank you to everybody who's watching. Sorry, just to let you know, this is the card that we're making at the moment, this wonderful festive project. And if you want instructions written down how to make this afterwards, then do just pop a comment below. But if you're happy to watch the video on the replay, that's cool too.
Right, so this is my snowman.
So poking out all the pokey bits.
Poking out all the pokey bits. Not too many today.
No, there isn't. There was a lot last time.
There was too many really. But okay, there we are.
I'm your crafting assistant.
You are. You are
Which
very,
is-
very helpful actually.
Yeah, which is the name Sophie gave me last week because I was unsticking her sticky pads for her decoupage piece. And I said, well, this is my role then, I'm the assistant.
Okay, so there's our snowman. The next thing we're going to cut out are his hat and gloves and scarf.
Okie doke.
Now, whatever colour you like, or you can cut it out of white and use some markers, you know, felt tip pens, whatever you've got to colour it in. It's entirely
Oh
up to
yeah,
you.
good idea.
But I really like these because you probably won't be able to see on the card, but they have the little kind of indentations.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Real close. You might be able to see it.
Yeah, I don't know if you can. Oops, which way are we going?
Forward.
That way.
Oh yes, yeah.
On the scarf, maybe you could see.
Yeah. That's really cool.
So they are, yeah, really sweet. So the hat, scarf, and look at these little gloves.
They are
They're
so
lovely.
cute.
So that's what I'm going to use for today, and I'm going to cut them out of the same card,
Okay.
so I can pop these through at the same time. There we go.
Lolly lolly.
Right. So this is the card that I used. You
Hi
can see.
Sam. Sam Clayton's watching.
Hello, Sam.
Hi. Thanks for joining.
There we are. Put that down that way.
That's a nice matching. That paper goes really well.
Yes,
actually,
it
doesn't
does. Yeah. I'm not sure which
So
way to
these
put
are
it
the
on now.
papers that we are suggesting, and I've popped a link to that in the comments below as well.
There we are. Now I'm not putting this together just yet because, as you'll see with the scarf, it needs a little bit of a gap. So, you know, if you stick it down now, you might cover up his face. So it's best just to die cut all the pieces first before you actually start assembling it.
Cool.
There we are.
Sounds good.
Oh, they've stuck to the
Where they gone?
There we are. And I don't know if you can see on there.
Pop it down.
Oh,
there we go.
you know, all the little, you know, little
Cute. Oh yeah, all the little edges. Yeah.
to give it that little bit more interest.
I like it.
There we are. So that's those cut out. And now I'm going to use the broom
Okay.
because most snowmen have a broom.
Why
Or is
not?
that just me? I don't know.
Why not? Okay, crafting assistant at the ready.
Thank
Broom.
you.
What else would you need? Anything else at this time?
Not at this time because I'm just using different
Awesome.
colours. But as I say, you can cut it all in white and colour. Totally up to you. So, little broom.
Let us know where you're crafting from, everybody, or where you're watching from, sorry. Whereabouts in the world are you at the moment, Sam? We'd love to know.
And what do we need now? Oh, his little nose. So
Oh,
we're
you
going to
did
use
need
the.
something.
I did, yeah. But that's going in with orange.
Okay, cool.
I don't like die cutting too many things in one pass.
Okay.
That's just me. I like to do things so that I know they're going to cut well.
Yeah. So for this one, because these pieces are quite small, actually, the Gemini Go would be
It would be ideal.
ideal, wouldn't it?
It would be, and great again for the little sentiment. You know, you don't need such a big machine.
No.
There we
And it literally works exactly the same, and the outcome, the dies cut just beautifully.
And I love the bags that you've got to put the plates in
Yeah.
and carry it round with
So
you.
cute.
It's fantastic, yeah.
And in the unboxing video that I did with Sophie last week, we kind of held up the two together to see the comparative sizes. And it's so tiny.
I know. But again, ideal for taking on holiday.
Yeah. Or if you're just new to crafting.
Yes.
And you're only getting started with smaller dies, and
Yes.
smaller parts, smaller projects, and it's ideal for that as well.
It is.
And an introduction to electronic die cutting machines.
Yes, yes. They do take a whole lot of effort out of it. There we are. So, look how tiny.
dinky
And even that has got the little marks
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
it's
carrot.
so detailed. That's really detailed.
So, yes, I think one of the smaller machines would be ideal for the little pieces.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm going to cut the sentiment, and what I'm going to do before I cut it, there it is.
Sam is saying it's a really cute die set.
It
which
is. Lovely.
And Jackie is saying good morning. So
Morning.
Jackie.
Right, what I'm going to do is use some of my Sizzix sheet because it's such a detailed die, and sometimes gluing it leaves a bit of a mess. So I'm going to use a little bit of this on the card so that it becomes self-adhesive.
Okay.
I've used this before,
Yep.
so
Oh yes, this is the double sticky back stuff,
yes,
basically.
yes.
Nice.
Try and get that off.
Peeling.
Would you mind?
Of course.
And I shall carry on.
I'm the crafting assistant today.
Okay, while we're waiting for that, that's wonderful. If I give you that, then you can pop it on a piece of.
Yep.
Card.
Stick it there.
Right, now we can start to assemble our card. So there we go. So then we can just pop one on top of the other. But before we stick down the head, we need to add the scarf.
So just down on like that, Joe?
Yes, absolutely fine. There we go. Now actually one thing I did do before I stuck it down, to give it more of a definition against the background card. Oh actually, do you know what I mean? I haven't cut those bits.
Were you looking at it
There's
going, what
I
am
was
missing?
yeah, there was something missing. Right, let's go back to doing this.
There you go.
Okay.
Hayley's watching and said the project of the card looks loads of fun.
It is,
is.
thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
it is, definitely.
And the die set's really super fun too, because there's so much you can do with it.
There we are.
Sam's deciding on what to have for tea in China.
Oh, in China.
Dinner time over there.
Let us know what you decide.
Yeah, absolutely. It might inspire us for our dinner.
Right. So the next thing we're going to do, a couple more layers. I'll bring that in so you can see. I've used a window die here to cut the shape, but you can use any nesting die that you have.
Cool.
Entirely up to you. Now, yeah, there we are. So there's some little bits to poke out. Which I'm sure.
Poke?
Oh, please do.
Crafting assistant.
Pokey tool or knife, entirely up to you. Right, okay. So, what you need to do is just choose the right. Obviously, you need to see how big your snowman's going to be, so that it fits within the paper. I've found with these, I do need the biggest and the second biggest for it to fit. I mean, it has left quite a big gap, so you might choose to use a different set of nesting dies so the gap isn't quite so big, but I quite like the I do like the shape of these. So, there we are.
I had another comment from Troy. She says she just loves snowmen. They're so cute.
I think
happy,
so.
And they're obviously Christmassy, and she's a Christmas nut.
Oh, great. So it's not just me then. There we are. Oops. Don't want to cut that out again, do we? So run that through. And then I just need the paper. Now I've sort of got a bit of paper here with snowflakes on it. So
cool.
It's quite sweet. But you can use any paper that you like. So there we have the window, and then we're going to cut the smaller window.
You should see the look of concentration on my face right now.
Doing a great job. So I'm just trying to think which way that will go. I suppose it's that way actually. As you can tell, I'm not very used to using the Gemini yet, but it is on my Christmas list.
Yes, exactly.
There we are. Just wait for that to go through. There we are. Put that to one side. Okay, now we're just going to stick this together. Stick this on. Another thing that I think would look at, thank you very much, would look lovely is if you kind of like, you could always create a snow globe shape.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and you can use things around the house, you know, you can use a cup, saucer, you know, to create that sort of snow globe effect if you haven't got a circular die.
Good idea.
There we go.
What's the cardstock we're using again?
Right, what I'm using is, it's just, I mean, I don't know. This is, I've got Paper Mania.
Okay, cool.
As I say, it's just one from my stash at home.
Yeah.
And these papers are actually, so what have I said?
Yeah.
These ones are ones from the snowman.
Yeah.
So, yes, pretty colours.
We're suggesting, we've made a similar project
Yes.
with the Frosty Ornaments paper pack.
Yes, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it is lush. And we pop a link in the comments for the cardstock that we've got, that we've used on that similar project.
It is, it's lovely. Well. Okay, so back to where I was. Just choose a coordinating colour, and what I've done is just gone around the edges of the die cut pieces. You can use a completely contrasting piece of paper card to cut out the elements, the hat and the scarf.
Cool.
I quite like this because I like the stripes.
Yeah.
So you don't need to colour it in, you just kind of need to give it around the edges, so that when you pop it against this colour, you can see it creates a.
You're welcome, Sam. You're welcome.
That.
Sorry, looking at the comments.
Oh, and then I'm just going to colour the bobble in, just to give it that little bit of extra. And then I'm going to do the same with the gloves. It's a bit fiddly. Don't worry too much if you kind of do go over. It's not a problem. There are so many elements to this that, you know, there's so much to look at on this card.
Yeah. Lots of detail.
Yes.
Like on the face of it, it doesn't look detailed, if you know, per se. But when you look up close,
when
like
you actually start making it and cutting all the pieces.
But yeah, it's just the die set itself, isn't it? There's all the detail that's on there.
Yeah, so much choice. You know, you could make up a really big scene.
Grooves and things.
Yes, you might be able to see it on the broom. I don't know if you can see it on the broom. I'll hold it up there.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
So there we are. Okay. And the scarf.
So what sort of pen, you might have said that when I was looking at the Facebook comments, what pen are you using here?
This is just a watercolour one, but actually if you've got alcohol markers, felt tip pens.
Cool.
Well, no, pencils really kind of wouldn't work too well because you might bend the card, so you really need sort of to ink it up. Or you could use distress inks, whatever you have. There we are, done.
And is that just to give it an outline?
Just to give it an outline, because obviously you're not, if you were using it against white paper, it would stand out more. So yeah, it kind of just makes it pop out a little bit more. Right, here we go. So now we're going to, right, we need to create buttons.
Ah, yes.
For little bits of coal. So what I'm going to do is just chop up a little bit of black card.
Yeah.
Just to cover the holes.
Cool.
Doesn't have to be the same size as the die cut, it just has to cover the holes.
So it just sits at the back.
Yes, so as you can see there. Oh, thank you.
Is that right?
So just pop a little bit of glue on there and just sort of stick it to the back. There we are. So you can see the buttons, and we're going to do the same for the face.
Lovely. That's cool.
So what I just do here.
So scraps coming in use once more.
Yes, don't throw anything away till you're finished.
No.
And then with a pair of scissors, I'm just going to do the same for the face.
Have we finished with our Gemini?
I believe so.
Should I move out of our way?
Thank you, that would be wonderful. Having an assistant is invaluable. There we are. So I don't trip over the lead as well.
Yeah.
I'm
starting to think it might be getting dangerous for you.
Yes. Knowing my luck, yes. Right. Okay, so just so that you've got a little bit of card, you just can't see the outline.
Okay, cool. So really making the most of all the cardstock that we're using here, which is really good. Yes.
You don't throw anything out till you're finished. If you're like me, I have just got so many scraps, it's unbelievable, but they all come in handy. There we are. Right, now we can start assembling. So I'm just going to start gluing the elements down. And the body. I really enjoyed actually using this, I must admit. I may be using this again. And you can make the snowman as tall as you like, really.
Yeah,
it
that's very
depends,
true.
you know, what
Depends how
size
big
you
your
want
card
him.
is.
Now I'm going to stick on the scarf first, so that you don't cover up his face.
Ah, good thinking.
Okay. There we go.
I'm really looking forward to doing our adhesive comparisons
Yes,
next, because it's always interesting to see who uses what adhesive
for which project,
for what type of whether it's dies, small, big pieces, yeah. And I think everyone probably has their own choice.
Has a favourite, but perhaps it hasn't kind of thought about trying something
haven't thought
different.
about trying something else, or realised that one thing's better for another for whatever reason it might be. So I'm always learning that.
And also within the pack from Hobby Base, you, as you can see, I'm sort of gluing straight onto this self-healing mat, but it does leave a bit of a mess. Now as we'll see within the glues, there is actually a mat in there, so that you don't get stuck together. It's a really good idea to use.
And we have a lot of new crafters contacting us and asking what should they use for what, how. So that's kind of inspired this next tutorial video.
Oh, there's a carrot.
There it is.
Thought I'd lost you. That's all right. Just make sure you got it the right way around. Oops. There we are. And then pop his little nose on. I think this is so sweet. It just comes together and does make you smile.
It does. It does make you smile.
It does make you smile.
He's so fun.
Okay. Now with the arms, I've cut them out of one sheet of paper. So I'm just going to colour the arms brown, like sticks. Again, just grab a pen and just go over the arms. There we are. It looks a bit more like they're sticks with gloves on the end.
Good thinking, because actually I thought that was 2 pieces of card.
Yes, you know, there's always good.
It blends in really well with the broom.
The broom. There's always good shortcuts.
Yes, there are.
I really like shortcuts. They work. There we are. I don't know whether you can see. You can just about see the outline around the glove there. It just kind of breaks up the outline.
It does make a difference.
I think I absolutely love sticking from my childhood. I don't think I've ever kind of not liked sticking things down, sticking things together.
Do you like it when it all starts to come together?
Yes,
so
you can see the overall picture.
And then as that assemble bit comes on, you can really see it.
You can see it taking shape. I mean, I've kept this flat for posting, but you can, use a little bit of foam tape just to lift it off the page if you wanted to.
Cool. Like it.
Should we put it that way? Let's put it that way. There we are. So it's really beginning to come together now.
Lush.
Right, so we're going to stick this now to the card.
Cool.
Make sure you've got the card the right way up. The amount of times I've stuck it upside down and had to take it back off again. But that's another story. There we are. Okay. I'm just going to add the sentiment, and having popped this double-sided tape just makes life so much easier and cleaner.
Yeah.
There we are.
Especially for those like fiddly, real
really detailed like this one.
That's such a good idea.
There we are. And pop it. I'm going to pop it in the centre. Okay, the last two things we're going to do, just to add a little bit more sort of bling, is I'm going to add some little pearls.
Okie doke.
Now these ones that I've got here are different colours, but if you don't have different colours, if you just buy the white ones, you can use alcohol markers to colour them in, so you can have exactly the same shade.
Good tip.
As as a card that you want.
Good tip.
So just going to pop some of these on here.
Put back a bit.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Helps if you can see what you're doing.
Yes.
Or you can see on there what we're doing. There we are. So some little pearls, and lastly some glitter. It wouldn't be Christmas without glitter.
Sorry, I had to lean forward then because the screen's stopped here, but I could see we're still streaming, so I was like, I just need to refresh the screen.
Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit of glitter glue. You can use glitter if you like getting messy, just to create that illusion of snow in the moonlight or whatever.
Yeah, that's
and
lovely.
Then what I'm going to do is just add some along the border. Look at the concentration.
Oh wow! Actually, do you know what? Sorry. I thought that was a green glitter, but it's not, is it? It's
no, this is a
clear,
clear one. It just brings out the
and it's
card.
bringing out the colour of the card.
I mean, you can they do, you know, you can get so many colours of glitter or glitter glue. It's entirely up to you. But I love this colour card, so I just like to kind of enhance it a little bit with the glitter.
Yeah, nice.
Still get it stuck all over my fingers, but that's the fun of it. And just to do the last side. Oops. There we are. Okay. And there you have your finished
Ta-da!
snowman card.
Love it. Let's hold them up to the camera.
That one's still a bit wet,
Oh,
so mind your
sorry.
fingers.
Oh no! Well done. Well done. Beautiful. And so that's it. Ta-da! That was our weekly Facebook Live using the fabulous Moonstone cutting dies from Hunky Dory. We're loving Hunky Dory stuff at the moment.
Oh,
We're doing lots of stuff
yes.
with Hunky Dory. And if you are around next week, do join us here on Friday at 10 a.m. We'll be back with Sophie, our decoupage queen, and she's going to be making some very fun Hunky Dory decoupage
I shall
cards.
look forward to that.
Yeah, and some they're really cool box cards. Not festive orientated, but they are lush.
I'm looking forward to that.
So using some new stuff. So let's have a look at some comments that we've had come through. Sam saying what a superb card.
Thank you very much, Sam.
And Mandy saying it's lovely.
Thank you.
And Troy saying very cute. And I know there was a few other comments as well, which I will go back and pick up once we've come off air. But just to say thank you all so much for tuning in. We love having you along with us every week, and we really appreciate your attention. Absolutely. I've popped the links to the products. If you want to craft along with us next week, we're live at 10 a.m. on Friday, as I said. And if you have any questions at all, I'll continue monitoring our Facebook page and pick them up. So thank you so much once more, and we hope to see you very soon. Keep crafting, everybody, and have a wonderful Wednesday. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.